Yo, what's up guys, Snot here, aka Never Fucking Level 98, know what I'm saying? I'm here to talk to you guys today about how I switched from my low-life occultist BV, cold BV build, into this Selfcurse temp chain headhunter stacking build. So yeah, I just thought I'd give a little update since it has been a while and it took me a while to get this build started. And it's not really where I want it to be yet, but you know, it is what it is. It's a start, can run maps pretty good. I can show you guys a little map here. Just run a dunes real quick. If you guys aren't on the dune strat, you're missing out. Sure, for sure. Go. That's fine. Still have sextons on there, that's cool. Then we grab some of these. This is basically, well, this is what I've been running. Like literally this is what I've been running. The whole time just farming with this build. Also before I made this build even to get to this point. Nowhere near perfect and it's still really expensive to get started, so keep that in mind. Like it's not a starter build. You need to have like at least 150x or some shit, I would say. You count in the HH especially, and it's like also very squishy still. Like you can't really, you can easily die, basically is what I'm trying to say. There we go, there's also Conquer influence, it's really good. I should like show you guys a little bit of a real map. Yeah, basically what you're trying to do here is, as you can see, there's a temporal chains, and you reflect it with shekels of the red shit to yourself, and then you want to stack curse effect, so it takes as long as possible for the HH stacks to basically tick down. That's all you really care for, and then with like AoE and stuff and just headhunter stacking, you eventually get enough so that you start zooming and like you do big AoE with everything, with like the explosions, with all that jazz. You can also keep permanent like while grace up, because as you see it like ticks down super slow. So as long as you keep ticking it down super slow, it's still on like 3 seconds and I'm already almost done with a new one. So that's like a free just 40% dodge, even though, yeah. So here you can see the build, we got a 60 HH stacks, this is just kind of what you want. Farming these things, all that stuff, get the monolith. I put a Nico on there to get like the cards. I never really delve, so I have like 100 of them, so I just put them on here, and he also has like extra mobs with the sulfide hoarding mobs or whatever those are called. So that's what I use them for, because again, I just can't be asked to freaking delve. I just don't care about it. It's not fun for me. It's not a goal. So I just use it this way. Where's the boss? Yeah, we got 110 stacks on our ass. We're just running around, finding the boss. Can barely see anything. Oh, he's got the phase. I guess I'll just do a ritual real quick. That's the only downside about dunes, to be honest. Where there's the boss that has to like phase. You just hit him, because you basically do like well, 3 mil damage, which is not a lot, because I've seen 20 mil on tooltip, and tooltip is always wrong. So yeah, it's even more than that. As you can see, we're just cruising along. Again, where's the rest? There's the rest. Oh. Do this real quick. That's the whole map done basically, and then you can start looting. So yeah, this build shines really well when it's like well, let's do this for good measure. Like really shines with the more you like juice up your maps, the more like it shines, like I wanted to say. So yeah, you can just as long as you have like 20 stacks, you can always like get back. It's you kind of gotta like prioritize killing the mobs, because if you stop and you lose your stacks, you're kind of screwed. Because you can't, well, as I said, you're just really squishy when you start out the map, so you go back to that position basically again. And that's what you kind of want to avoid, because that's where you get killed. We don't want that, because we want that sweet XP that I'm not getting. I keep dying. So yeah, that's it. Then you can just clear and map or pick up everything. I'm gonna pick up everything after the video. But that's basically it. So what I did was I basically farmed everything with this character, with the old low life occultist BV. I swapped the old wand, the +2 wand with trigger, to this wand with explodey, so I could easily farm like dunes with legions. And then with Immortal Call, increased duration and cast when damage taken. This build was super fucking tanky, like honestly. It was so freaking tanky. And yeah, basically I just farmed the Edge, the Headhunter, the Explodey chest. Basically the whole build on this build. And then I just swapped over. I literally just took like 100 regrets and just swapped everything over. I bought all the jewels. They were 2x each, 2.5 some. These jewels were not that expensive. They were like, I don't know, 50C maybe at most. Then the inspired learnings are like, I don't know what they are right now. I think I bought them for like 120C back then. Now this is not necessary, but it's really nice because you got like 60 devotion, so it's 4% area and 4% elemental damage per like times 6, because you have like 60 devotion basically. And you also change your frenzy charge into power charges, and you gain the 3% more spell damage per power charge. And you have chance to gain frenzy charge on hit on your chest, so basically on max power charges, and you gain like a lot from the power charges, and this makes power charges worth even more with like the more spell damage. So yeah, this is not necessary, it's really nice though. Here's another inspired learning because you want to stack more HH buffs so you basically don't die. Acro, phase acro. I don't know, yeah, it's pretty cookie cutter like Selfcurse HH build, but I just wanted to make a little video about it. And basically, if you want to see how I specifically did it, you should look at the previous video that I made, where I explained how the new Vestir strat worked. I think I had this one in the old video, but you should change it to this one so it adds a little bit more mobs. Especially if you have like Beyond on the map that like can give you a little bit more portals for more rare mobs, all that stuff. Just more mobs in general. Yeah, I run Nico on there now for either the Society's Remorse card that drops like 1 out of 5 or something, so sometimes you get 2 per map. It's basically 20 alterations for free. You also drop a lot of these ones, Acclimatization. I have one here as well. That's 11 out of 2. These drops, these Society Remorse. It's just really good money. And stuff like this also drops just for free there, from all the boxes and just all the mobs in there. So yeah, that's basically how you make a lot of money. And then there's also just raw Exalt drops. Like every 2 or 3 maps, you get like an Exalt drop. If you put like Harbinger Fossil or Incubators on your shit, you can drop a lot of Ancient Shards as well. As you can see, I took out all the useless ones, but I still have a fuck ton of them. So yeah, keep in mind that I took out basically everything except for currency, cards, fossils, breach, scarabs, and Harbinger, and of course the Timeless and the Geomancer for the 6th link. Yeah, that's all I still have, the rest is all out. Yeah, that's basically just how it goes. I can show you guys the POB real quick. Here we go. The music video, PogChamp. This is just the base DPS without any HH tags. It's 10 Blades of Vortex. All of these flasks on. It's with Elusive, that doesn't really do anything for damage. Max Inspiration charges, max power charges. Ignite is whatever. Like as soon as you hit them, they ignite because you're Herald of Ash and shit and all that jazz. You also use this. Whatever. Basically, I didn't boost up any numbers, and also you can change it to like standard boss. It doesn't really matter because you only really care about like normal mobs or rare mobs, and they're just like not bosses basically. So just keep this on here. This is the base damage, so you want to make sure you kill as much like rare mobs and stuff before you even go to the boss. And then once you're at the boss, you have like, I don't know, 10 mil DPS. So this doesn't really change that much. It will go down to maybe like 6 mil. It's like, at that point, you just kill anything anyway, so yeah. That's why I kept this on no, just like normal mobs to show you guys that. But yeah, that's basically it. As for gear, I have +3 bow with spell damage and chance to deal double damage. signal fire for the phys converted to fire, and extra physical fire as extra, or extra gain physical damage as extra fire, which is really nice. We have the helm with the 20% temporal chains. It's actually really funny. Like, this helm I found from a ritual, but it's basically cost me nothing. But an upgrade would be, of course, a 30% one, but they were like 11.5x last time I checked, maybe more now. But that's an upgrade that I could get. The chest I'm working on, I can do remove add cold to get higher cold rest, so I basically won't need a Wise Oak anymore, and if I do that, I can swap it to Bottled Faith. It will give you a little bit more damage. It's not that big, but it just gives more like crit chance. And like the Consecrated Ground is also really nice, and it also increases the damage that like enemies take when like they're on the Consecrated Ground. It increases your DPS for bosses and stuff, but again, once you're at the boss, you'll have enough damage, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, for now we're still running Wise Oak because I need the resists, but again, if I just hit this for like anything better than 17%, it'll be fine. Then I can remove add life to get a real life roll on there, keep rolling that, and I can basically work on this chest myself if I want to. I also need to get a better ring. This is just a shit ring with some life and resists. Needs to be better. Circle of Anguish is really nice. I have the reduced mana because you don't need it, but it's really nice. I guess you could do with increased buff effect and increased damage if you want to, but you might struggle with some mana issues. Solstice Vigil is temporal change, has 100% reduced mana cost if cast as an aura or an aura. You do that with your chest with Blasphemy and Enlighten and temporal change, so all the enemies around you have like a bajillion less action speed, which is really good. You put this is in the gloves, where you reflect it back to yourself. Like I said, we use, where are they? Shackles of the Wretched, and it says hexes applied by socketed curses skills are reflected back to you. So what you do is you do temporal chains, 20% with a level 4 enhance, which makes just 24% increase, which makes it so that you have basically like, I don't know, what was it? 22% increase effect of curse, which is really nice. It's basically the same as the helm, it's even more than the helm. They do with Herald of Thunder and Hex Touch. So basically, every time they get touched by Herald of Thunder, they get temporal chains, and it gets back to you because of the gloves. And you also use, that's also why you use, where is it? This one, Fist to Lightning. So you deal lightning damage, so you shock and shit. So you proc the Herald of Thunder. So it starts ticking, and you start gaining the temporal chains back on yourself. Use dash and enhance. You can use a better enhance in here for like increased dash distance. I think that's what it's called. Oh no, it's cooldown recovery. If you go anomalous, it's 20% increased travel distance. I don't know what they're worth right now. The same with second wind, you can go anomalous, so you have 3 ones instead of 2, but they have a little bit more reduced cooldown recovery, but that's fine. While Righteous Fire for more DPS doesn't really matter. Can go with whatever you fucking want here, doesn't really matter. Yeah, you do Foul Grace in your chest with Enlighten, Hatred, or more cold, so you freeze and shit. Ash with fire damage, because you deal mostly fire damage, so you get increased fire damage and stuff, and more fizz is extra fire. Overkill damage, the explosions, all that's nice. All that stuff. Enlighten, level 3, you can get level 4 in here. It would... let's see how much it would do. You have unreserved mana is 130, both 169. Nice, 69. By that time, you might be able to. Was I wanting to talk about? I wanted to say something, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, you might be able to change this or the ring until double damage, so increase buff and increase damage when affected by Herald of Ash. Something like that is what the line is called. Basically, if you do that, you gain a lot more damage as well, and you'll have no problem with mana, probably. At that point, once you have an Enlighten level 4. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't know, I just wanted to show you guys this build, how it works. It's okay. I'm still at the point where it feels good, but it's not at the point where I can't die, basically. And you will always stay squishy at the start, that's like a given, but... earlier I was still at 2.8k, and it's just so risky. So yeah, I gotta increase that somehow. I took this. I still had the frenzy charge, which doesn't really do anything, so I changed that to this. Gives you a bit more life and more resists. Take the crit for more just crit multi. Yeah, I don't know, the rest speaks for itself probably. Take this for more dex and movement speed and fizz, all that stuff. Yeah, I'll leave the link to the POB as well down below, guys, so if you have any more questions, I appreciate all of you, by the way. Your support has been fucking amazing, better than I fucking... I'm surprised it. Thought it would get like 10 views and like 2 thumbs up from me and somebody, friends that I know, but you guys have been popping off, man. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'll leave the link to the POB down below, to my Discord, to my stream, all that jazz if you want to chill with me, hang out, all that stuff. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I love you. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.